I am so in love with how this hair came out. It did not come out exactly like what I expected it to, but it's still having a moment. Okay, so if you're here, that means that you came for this vital piece of information. So I'm going to tell you exactly what I want to know when I click on any hair braiding or DIY hairstyle video. I'm going to talk about what I used. First up, this is the Queen Bee braid. This is 40 inches. It's pre-stretched and it comes with 4 bundles. As you can see, I used one out of this pack and I used another full pack. So I used 5 bundles in total. 1, 2, 3, 4, and then the extra one from this pack. So I used 5 bundles of this hair, and I also used this hair from Jamaican Roots. So this is the brand Realistic Premium Fiber Hair, and it's in the Jamaican Jerry curl hair type, I don't know, curl pattern. This is what the hair looks like unraveled. For me, I did about 1/3 of a section for each braid. I only did 1 piece per braid, and yeah, I broke each of these pre-section pieces. I broke them into 3 sets of hair. So that's basically what I did for each of my individual braids. Alright, so the parting in the front is okay, but in the back was a hot mess, honey. Like, I did not realize I was parting completely lopsided, but you know what, it's full enough that it's not obvious. Yeah, and as people say, if you're that close, if you're close enough to see that it's not parted properly, then maybe a little bit too close to me, right? So I like this. It took me about 6 hours to do, and probably would have taken less time if I had one of those like hair dividers, you know, things that you can separate all the hair onto. So you just start, when you start combing, it's just like really easy. And also it would have been easier if I had pre-parted my hair as well. So those are some of the things that you can do if you want to braid your hair for yourself. Then definitely do those things. Do the prep work is really important. As a matter of fact, the parting often takes most time, and if you have to go back and fix something, worse yet. Then I only used the edge wax or the hair wax, gel wax, whatever you want to call it. I only used it like where the parts were going to be visible, so like closer to the nape of my hair. No, I did not use it there. Yeah, closer to yeah, so closer to the nape of my hair. No, I did not use this type of hair there. Would I now recommend that you use this hair? Unless you really want this kinky type look, I would say that you should use more of like a silky or straighter curl, and I think it would also last longer because it's less frizzy, less prone to frizzing. This hair has like an afro texture, so it's going to frizz up, but I actually really do like it. And I always knew that if I decided to do boho braids, it would be a hairstyle that frizzes up, that you know, that you'd have to cut some pieces from as the days go by, that you'd have to do a lot of detangling with. But I think one of the key things for maintaining your boho hairstyle is to keep it covered, especially with something silk or satin, to avoid friction and to avoid dryness. And it can also, like, I used some gel on it today after I wet it with hot water, well, like hot water from the tap. So I did the ends, I dipped them with the curlers at first in hot water, and then for the rest of the hair I just used like hot water in the shower to help tame it down, because it gives the braids themselves a little bit more movement when you get them into warm water. And you want to be very careful with the application of hot water, because you don't want it, if your hair is long, to break up your actual real hair by putting boiling hot water on it. So be careful of that. So today I used some Gorilla Snot glue, like gel on it, just to help the pieces to come together and to stay, you know. But what I think, based on how this feels, I feel like this hair could do really well with like a curl activator or gel activator type thing. Like, so if you think about a jerry curl, which actually that is the name of the curl pattern, if you think about jerry curl, you always have like like gels, like the gels that remain a little bit moist and wet in your hair, to give that shine and slippage. So I'm thinking maybe I'll get like a cheap bottle of something like that, because the ends seem to already be knotting up. So yeah, like I said, I would recommend using like a looser curl. I know for a lot of people they use some human hair blend or human hair bundles to do their braids. I didn't want this to be like an expensive hairstyle, so I just went to Pennywise. I got 2 packs of that hair, and I probably would not have even needed to use from the second pack if I had gotten the parts correctly in the first place. And the sizes of my braids would all be like a little bit wonky and a little bit inconsistent, because I'm just doing it by myself. I didn't really plan out the braids or the sizes or anything like that beforehand. It was a very much like spur of the moment. When I woke up this morning, I was like, you know what, I need to just whip my hair in some braids. And I really wanted this to be a bob. I saw someone say that she used length 36 inches and that ended up being a bob when she curled the ends. I'm not really sure like if that's true, because this is 40 and it's very far from being anything like a bob. Yeah, so, and I'm tall, so I don't know about that. But yeah, this is the part where you see it's a little bit unruly, but I don't mind it. It's a vibe. So if you like the results, then keep watching. I show you in the video how I style it. I show you how I do one of the knotless braids, because I think most people know how to do knotless braids by now, and if not, there are lots of in-depth videos. If you want me to make one for you, I can do that, but I just don't know if there's really a need for like a full knotless tutorial at this point. But let me know what you think in the comments, and if you like the video, don't forget to like, comment, share, subscribe, send it to all your friends who you think can really get jiggy with something like this, and see you in the next one. Mwah.